Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I don't know. Yep, more rapes, more rapes, more rapes. Murder and rape. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to my country. Yeah. Need to put up a sign. Don't even know what the sign should read. But anyway. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. The Sunday paper says, hang them. Yeah. Hang them up. Jamaicans call for death penalty and castration for rapists. Outraged. That's the word that's going on. Outraged. Yeah, in the midst of the outrage, you're going to ask people to apply their brain, though. Yeah? Outraged by the recent spate of rapes, including the violation of an 8-year-old girl at gunpoint while her mother was held captive in nearby bushes, several prominent Jamaicans have joined a groundswell calling for stiffer penalties for sexual predators. Make sure you know so when you catch him is the right one you catch though. Because when you also catch the people them pitney and say are the people them pitney do the rape and it wasn't the people them pitney. And when the mobsters mob them, chop them up, hack them to death, and so forth, and then we discover it's the wrong person, then we're gonna have something called vendetta if it's one person come to take the revenge, or feud if it's a whole bunch come, and then there's war. Okay? This week, as we get into it, you're gonna discover how rape becomes part of war. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, man, I know. I can hear you say, I can't wait till tomorrow come herbs because I need to learn. But I would say to you, yeah, with learning comes humility. Yeah? Yeah. Late last week, the police announced that they were questioning two brothers in a bid to find the perpetrators of the rape of 5 females that took place in Irwin Point, St. James. But that was done that has done little to console the Jamaicans who are baying for the blood of the attackers. Darcy Williams, grandmother of Ananda Dean, the 11-year-old girl in whose honor the National Abduction Alert mechanism known as Ananda Alert was named after, she was raped and murdered in September of 2008, called on the Jamaican government to up the ante, yeah, on punishment meted out to convicted sexual offenders. The gallows in Spanish Town are getting very rusty and they need to be used. And it is time we start using them on these rapists. Raping of children is just as bad as committing a murder. Actually, I think it's the same thing. Right? And as we'll learn this week, and we're going to get into greater details, that rape is a crime against the species. Yeah, we need to start hanging these rapists, said Williams, the paternal mother of Ananda. Yeah, grandmother, rather, of Ananda. Williams called for the death penalty for the rapist. Right? Came during a march in corporate area last Friday, condemning violence and sexual crimes against the nation's women and children. Okay. And I'm going to throw one tiny little pebble. One teeny weeny one. I mean, it's just one little teeny speck. Yeah? You may not even hear it when I say it. I'm going to drop one teeny weeny little stone in the massive ocean and say, the problem, we are going to be able to solve this problem when we are able to march for everybody. When we provide you with some facts this week, people are going to see that we have to be a little bit more careful, yeah? I would love to see a march in this country for little boys, little girls, women, and a group they also call men. You know that group, that strange group out of which you get the monsters? Remember, there are no female monsters. Even the ones who rape, those are not monsters. Catch my drift. This week, we're going to look at reality. A lot of people are going to choke when reality hits them, yeah? Reality. We're going to look at reality this week. Right? Nobody will march for young men. Right? We're going to look at the Tivoli call. Yes? I don't see the march yet for the Tivoli young men, them. Yes, Papa Jesus, welcome to Jamrock. I know you're not always here, Lord, but come by ya. Whoa! Mother, father. What did the humpback say in 300? Mother, father, you were wrong. Whew. All right. This week, we are going to open your eyes. And if your eye can't open your ears. We're asking people to kindly listen and look. For my international friends, that's all we're saying. This eye thing, it just means eyes, that's all. I am happy to go out and march for us to reduce murders in this country. Murders against everybody, and rape against everybody, and all the crimes against everybody. Yes, and I'll say this much before I go on. Rape against female is an attack on the species. That is why we get more emotional about it. It does not mean, though, that that is the only crime committed. And in fact, rape against women is we're talking about atrocities. Yes? Like gang rapes and those things, the major atrocities against women are actually indicator of something else. And we're going to look at that this week. What does it indicate? What does it indicate? A rape, those rapes you're seeing these days are not sources of rape. They are what? Let me give you a word. They are not sources of rape. They indicate a larger picture of social suicide. And we're going to examine the social suicide this week. Yeah? Why on earth are these things happening? Let me go back to this article. Yes. Interesting. Yeah. Marching. Yeah. And some people actually had on their placard women and girls. They didn't even include the little boys. Ooh, sensei. Under Jamaican law, only persons convicted of capital murder can face the death penalty, which is still on the books, but has not been actioned into years. Renetta Adams. Yes, Papa. What a name. Retired senior superintendent of police said laws should be passed allowing for the castration. Take it off! Cut it off and feed it to the dogs. He didn't say that, please. All right? I'm just saying that. Allowing for the castration of persons guilty of raping a minor. Does it matter if it's a minor or an adult? These are some of the questions. When a man rapes a woman, when a woman is gang raped, or a child is gang raped. Interesting. Our sentience turn up, yeah? Our emotions and everything gets all turned up because it's a child. But when you rape a female, and that female is likely to produce a child, impact on the society. Gotta look at these things. Gotta look at what rape really means. Crime against the species. Yeah. And why it is that I have to beg Jesus to forgive me for the way I feel about judges who make rapists, yes, get off with very light sentences. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? You judges. This week's discussion. Those who rape girls under the age of consent should be castrated and given a sentence of 30 years at hard labor. If they rape and kill the victim, the gallows is a must, says Adams, the controversial crime fighter who is now the managing director of Adams Security Management Unit. That sell off. Yeah. Ain't nobody want to trouble you if you have a sign that says protected by Adams. And I did not say Padams. Yes, I am. Yes, Father. He's what? Hold on, make sure I get this right, you know. The controversial crime fighter who is now the managing director of Adams, man. He was him name. Oh, no, ramp with me now. My finger is very itchy. Adams Security Management Unit. ASMU said, boy, yes, Papa. Yes, Aya. Said, yeah, the suggestion was not an emotional or knee-jerk response. Our women and children, including our boys. Ooh. No, nobody can take this from Adams. Him actually included the little boy picking them. Adams actually made the boys into human beings. No, seriously, we have to big up Adams for this. The little boys actually became a human being. Some of the placards I saw did not include the little boys. But Adams included little boys. I have to big up Adams. Our women and children, including our boys, have been suffering at the hands of these beasts and cannibals. Cannibals that eat the people too. Wow. And nothing effective is being done to stop them. He added, they are innocent people who can't defend themselves, and their dignity has been taken away completely. Boy, Adams, I have to agree with some of what you're saying here. The retired crime fighter also told the Sunday Gleaner that his sojourn to other parts of the world revealed to him that Jamaica needs stiffer punitive measures to deter predators from raping women and children. Said, I went to Africa in 1989, and in that part of that country, Africa is not a country though. All right, well, I understand, but it's not a country. Make sure people, don't say those things, yeah? Don't say that Africa is a country, all right? Okay. I went to Africa in 1989, and in a part of that country and its environs, if you stole anything, they would cut off your hand. But when I reached and went around, I didn't notice a lot of one-handed persons. I was surprised at Adams. The former tough-talking cop said a policeman and an attorney in the African nation he visited explained to him that not many one-handed people are seen walking around because the weight of the punishment for stealing was sufficient to act as a deterrent. But what happens though when you rob somebody and him starts screaming, you just shoot him so there's no evidence, so then can't chop off your hand? Uh-oh. They're actually deterrents to the deterrents, don't? Uh-oh. Yeah, right. Adams also called for the swift trying of rape cases because persons charged for rape and released on bail often continue to commit their heinous crimes while on the road. Now that's 100% true. Hold on, man. Mr. Adams, I talk things, man. Hold on. No, hold on. Yes, it may have a few things mixed up, like Africa as a country and those things. But overall, Mr. Adams, I talk. Research has shown, yes, that when people commit rape and they are let out on bail, you are doing a very dangerous thing because they often commit another rape before they go in. So it's best not to give them no bail. Let them stay right nearby the pale. Yeah? Okay. Preach on your brother. See? Mr. Adams will come, Brother Adams now. Right. Preach it, Brother Adams. All right. Adams also called, yes. So this the ex-cop said he knew from personal experience. They shouldn't be given bail until the charge is dealt with. So cases of this nature should be cleared in a year. Quick justice to wait. How people say that Adams don't always... No, man, hold on, man. I have to read some more. Yeah? Meanwhile, oh, Adams don't speak now. Man, the writer spoil the thing, man. Percival Latouche, president of the Association of Resettlement of Returning Residents, who has offered in the past to the country's hangman, offered? I don't know, okay. Join the chorus calling for the death penalty. Once you catch them, try them fast. Then they should be taken into the square of the area where they committed the crime and hang them up high. Oh my God. No, man. Hold on. Hold on. How come I miss all these news? I remember reading this one before. I remember the one from Adams. Maybe I'd stop reading at that point. Latouche is saying that they must hang them in the square like in the 17th and 18th century. No, man. No, brother Latouche. My brother Latouche, oi. That is a bit barbaric here, boss. Okay, boss. These are emotions, don't? Emotions are pump up, man. Pump up like when pipe bust. Once you catch them, in the square, you know, man. In the square. He added, if they want a hangman, give me a flask of white rum. I will drop them one by one. Woo! Yes, Papa. I don't want any pay for it. I wouldn't even blink an eye. Aya. Yes, I. Latouche shared the view that there is no difference between raping a woman or a child and committing a murder, and said committing a murder, and said both crimes should attract the same penalty, punishment, death. Actually, rape can be worse than murder. But anyway, we'll get to that later in the week, yes? He argued that Jamaica's lawmakers need to get their act together and stop passing laws without the political will to enforce them. If you pass laws until God comes and you don't enforce them, it is a waste of time. So you can just forget it. Betty Ann Blaine, my friend, convener of the group Hear the Children's Cry, told the Sunday Cleaner that life without the possibility of parole should be the minimum punishment handed to rapists. A bit more civilized. Yes. I think that some of these sexual crimes deserve the strongest punishment that any society can give, and that is the death penalty. It is tantamount to murder. At the very least, they should get life imprisonment without parole. All right, so she was less emotional. The children's rights advocate was adamant that the punishment prescribed under law must be commensurate with the crime. We have to send the strongest message and stamp it out, she said. People are getting away because they're not being caught. And if caught, the laws are not stiff enough. Yeah? All right. Whew. Jeez. That sets the pace for the week's discussion. Yeah. Wow. Whoa. And Montego Bay's mayor says he blames persons in high places. The mayor of Montego Bay, Glendon Harris, has argued that persons in high places are the ones fueling crime in St. James. Hi. I am Andy. Hi, Papa. Nah, call no name, but him just attack the things them with 123 persons murdered in the parish since the start of this year. Harris used last Friday's March Against Violence to hit out against the persons fueling the crime. The time has come. Yes, Papa. He might not call no name, but he must stir up the ants nest. He must sing the Bob Marley song, Stir It Up. The time has come that we will no longer allow them to take charge of this parish and deprive us of freedom. I don't even need to go any further with that one, but those are some of the things that are happening. This is our warm session. Let me open the phone lines a little bit. Yeah? Let me open the phone lines. And we take a little breather. Yeah? Fox Abraham says, more rapes and few reports. Light all dark areas. Call out the churches, politicians, community groups, and schools. The matter of rape must be addressed now. So say members of parliament for West Kingston, West Central, St. James, Sharon Fox, Abrahams, who believe that serial rapists could be on the loose. The official figures from the police show 66 rapes in the parish between January 1 and September 22, up from 63 over the corresponding years. And that's just Montego Bay alone. And these are only reported cases of rape, because a lot of women do not report rapes. They live with it silently. And men don't report rape. We are going to be talking to you people this week. Papa. I tell you again, you know, I tell everybody again. Call your mama, papa, sister, pitney, cousin, baby, son. Try and get the order. Mama, papa, pitney, sister, cousin, baby, son. Focus, stay focused on this thing this week. Yeah? Stay with us this week. If you're going to take a break from us, don't take the break this week, because we are going to educate you. Yes? When you see figures like 66 in Montego Bay, in St. James, trust me, it's not 66. Not everybody reports rape. A lot of rapists get away because we treat the victim so harshly that some people realize, and we make such a big fuss and carry on, that everybody know the girl was raped and her life worse destroyed. Now she trying to grapple with it, and we trying to grapple with it, and we making it a big loud case, and we taking the girl as an example, and then people see her on the road, see the rape victim there, and destroy the girl's life worse. So some people don't report rape. It is so sad. Yeah? All right, Papa. All right, so. Help coming for rape victims. Jamaicans single out 8-year-old for a special report. A private school in St. Catherine has offered a tuition-free scholarship to the 8-year-old girl in the Irwin St. James rape accident. Principal of the Hydel group of schools, Hyacinth Bennett, has joined a growing list of Jamaicans offering help to the 5 females raped in Irwin St. James last week. Bennett is offering the scholarship for the little girl to attend the school, the St. Catherine-based institution. Oh God, it's the exact point I was just making though. We need to be careful. I'm just begging people, just be careful. You don't want to be singling out the girl. You don't want to be highlighting her in the point where wherever she goes in the world, people say, oh God, see the little girl that was raped, after the poor child is trying to see if she can reconstruct. And it's going to take years. Believe me, I've been around them. It's going to take years and years to reconstruct. Going to ask the people who are trying to help, be very careful how you help. We must help, but we still have to be extremely careful how we help. We can't advertise it that I helped her, there she is. There are some people who are attempting to help people and they mean well, but they need a little advertisement out of the thing, you understand? And the little advertisement turn out to be a second rape. Yeah? Because there's some stuff you're going to learn this week. A lot of people who are raped once happen to be raped twice too. Yeah? There's some sad realities around rape that people don't understand. This week, we are going to tough, and we're gonna try and close on the emotions a little bit and look at the thing from an academic point of view. Soon come. Hey, welcome back everyone, welcome back. Before I open the lines, I'm gonna beg every single person, yeah? Listen to me carefully. And I don't want anybody to get me wrong. Don't twist anything I say, so I'll say it very slowly. Gonna beg people, as you attempt, yes, the text line is spinning. Okay, all right. And we're actually going to take your text on this matter. We're going to take your text. And my apology for last week, yeah? For Friday. Going to beg everybody, if somebody gets raped and you want to help the person, going to beg of you not to broadcast it. Okay? I have nothing against Heidel. Yeah, let me make sure this is clear. I have nothing against the Heidel group of schools. Okay? I am not suggesting in any way that Mrs. Bennett does not mean this from the bottom of her heart. I am just providing education. Okay? I have helped rape victims before. You will never ever know who, because that's how it is done. Let me go again. Let me take it slowly now, because I have some people, their middle name is Misunderstand. I am not suggesting that persons should not go and help the family. I am also not suggesting that the persons who advertise that they are going to help or suggest that they wish to help, okay, I'm not saying that they do not mean well. I am, however, suggesting that the way to help families when they go through atrocities is to go to the police, express your desire to help, wait, because some police are smart enough to assess that all you want is publicity out of it. Yes? Police will assess the situation, and those police, again, who understand and have been working in this area, will work through you gradually to help the family. In some cases, the police will simply take the money from you. You don't even have to see the person. All right? I am always very scared of persons publicizing that they're going to help people who have been through atrocities. Okay? It is not the best way to do it. That is all I'm saying. I am not, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I am not judging anybody. I'm just saying, whenever there is an atrocity, the best way to help is to help and let nobody. If your left hand go and help, don't even let your right hand know. That is the best way to do it. The problem is, once you do it in the public, it becomes commercial. Okay? What do I mean by that? It means, and by that I mean that it can actually impact on the child negatively. Now, if you have already advertised that you are going to help this little girl, you must now do so in a way that nobody knows who the little girl is. I also want to ask the BB idle heads. Yes, the BB heads. I can't construct a word for you now. Find a word. I'm going to ask all the BB heads to stop sending around the little girl's picture. Okay? Tap. Somebody not too idle. Go get a life. Everybody who's been victimized, relive the process over and over and over. And the velocity, meaning the amount of times they have to relive the experience, depends on the people who claim they're helping. Yeah, you'd never believe it. And most of them do so in ignorance. They genuinely want to help. They genuinely want to help, but they do not know the science around abuse. People who are abused simply want your help silently and quietly. If you have some money to help me, yes, go to the doctor and so forth, hand me the money and go. If you have time to stay with me quietly and to help me bear the pain, do so. Do not tell your neighbor, do not tell anybody else, do not make a big fuss about it, because it's going to worsen my situation. I hope that this is clear. I'm going to beg that no more persons come forward and put in the newspaper or anywhere else or whatever. I'm going to ask the people in the media not to report these kinds of stuff about persons who are going to help. Okay? It does not help. Again, let me repeat. I do not think, and I'm not judging that anybody, I'm certain Hydel School is not the only group. Hydel Group of Schools is not the only institution that are quite willing to help. I am just saying, right? See, I see here, I have been, right? I read the article and I read right? Blah, blah, blah. I have been talking with a number of my friends at work and we want to set up an account at JMMB and so forth and so forth, all right? I am still saying, right? Great work. But I'm going to tell you this. Let me share my little experience with you. Couple people were flooded out. Flooded out. And you know what I did? Having had my training, you know what I did? I walked upon campus and I begged and I begged and I begged and I walked around and begged and begged and begged. And we got $100,000 and cargo give the people them. Not a soul, no publicity, no nothing. Them said thanks. We stayed with them. Help me, I'll lick me. Because I'm not so good with hammer. I'm not a very physical person. I'll bust my finger head with hammer. I'm help build back house or whatever. Quietly, and you walk away. That's how you help people. Okay? Unless it's something like a cancer thing that you need to have a radiothon or so forth about, gonna ask people as best as possible. Help people quietly, especially people who've been through the trauma of things like rape. All right? It clear? I don't want nobody have me up wrongly. I'm not saying it don't mean well. I'm just saying it is not the best way. It can actually hurt. All right. Let me open the lines. Yeah? The numbers are 702-2585, 702-3470, 977-7638. That's 702-2585, 702-3470, 977-7638. All right? The discussion this week is about, of course, rape. I see all kinds of stuff here in our WARM that we have to look at. We're going to have this discussion. We're going to come back and look at some other important things that has happened in our WARM section. Rowdy gay strike. Can you imagine? Interesting. Papa. Lots of stuff happening in our little country. But, of course, we've opened the lines, right? And we're going to take this into the hour. And then I'm going to look at some other things. We need to look at the floods. We need to look at what's happening. IMF. Interesting stuff. We need to look at Tivoli. Yeah? And we're going to go through this. But let's take about 6 calls on this. Yeah? And after that, we're going to swing from there because the entire rest of the whole week is about trying to learn about the factors accounting for rape and what we should do. All right? Let's go to the phone lines. Hello?
Dr. Gale.
Yes, my brother. How you
doing?
Nice
to have met you last week.
Yes, man. Blessings.
What a privilege.
Yes, man. Privilege too for me. Yes.
Yeah, I want to big you up because how you explain this thing,
yes,
a lot of people genuinely wouldn't understand. And it was necessary for you to take the time out and enlighten the public on this. This is education in this way.
Yes, man.
That many genuine people who really want to help would not understand.
Yeah.
What were you saying about Mrs. Bennett from Idle?
No, all I'm saying is that it's in the paper, it's been advertised that she wants to give a scholarship and she wants to help the little girl. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying that, to everybody who takes the stance, right? And I'm also saying to the media people who print these things that they need to be careful because, right, when you couple that with the fact that BB people already sent out a picture of the little girl, right? The little girl is now at school.
What do you mean by BB?
Blackberry, man. Blackberry messaging. I know what the little girl looks like, you know. I mean, BB has had it all over the place of what she looks like.
Oh, my.
And I'm saying, these people mean well.
Yeah.
I doubt anybody just doing it for circles. I think they mean well. But they are operating within a frame of ignorance.
Yes, yes.
Because they're not making life any easier for the little girl because now she has to reconstruct. That is likely to take her entire life.
Yeah.
While she's attempting to reconstruct, then, the people know who she is. she become a public figure, but a public figure in the bad, in the raw.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
And I'm saying, right? I'm saying based on my training, what I know, and this is precisely that I don't take risk. Even people who got flooded, I made sure I didn't run because I have access to media for how many years. I could have run this big ad and blah 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 for these people, but I run around on campus and collect a little money and then sneak and give them and say, you know, I'm come and stay there with them and help knock, I'll bust my finger head, yeah, and do my little thing and so forth. And me get some other people and them come help too, right? Or in another case, me running on food for the poor and me and Salah and we try a little thing, yeah. I want to big up Salah, my deputy, yes?
Yeah.
And we do a little thing and we make sure, no, we try, you understand? But publicity is a bit dangerous for people who've been through atrocities, yeah?
You know, I just started out
Gonna ask you to hold. Just stay on the line. We're gonna take the break and come back. It's
yeah.
a fast break, all right. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Remember the numbers to call there: 702-2585, 702-3470, 977-7638. That's 702-2585, 702-3470, 977-7638. Toll free from your landline is 1-888-991-5155. And we are accommodating 6 calls in this session. All right, let's go back to our phone lines. Hello?
Yes, my friend.
Yes, my brother.
The point you made earlier on in your opening remarks about from a biblical point,
Yes.
let not your right hand know what your left hand do.
Yes, man.
This is most important and most appropriate in this matter.
Yes.
And I tell you, you don't know what you're doing, how great you're doing in this particular case, and I'm really beginning up for this.
Thanks, my brother.
All right, my friend.
All right, my brother.
Okay.
All right, let's take another call quickly. Hello?
Sergey,
Yes, my brother. How you doing?
I was going to ask a question, but when I look at it, I don't have to ask because I realize that your training has helped you a lot in know how to put things into perspective and deal with it the right way.
Yeah.
When I see the article with Bargy, that he said he was going to try and get her into a school out of, well, I never see much wrong with it. He out of St. James, he even made the decision that he's going to approach the United States Embassy because the little girl have family in foreign.
Yes.
So see if we can get something like that. Seems more like it.
Yes.
Yeah, but as you say, we know our one Jamaica, Mr. Gill.
Yes.
We turn dirty.
All right. I'm gonna give you a dirty scenario. Yeah, you about a dirty scenario yet?
Mr. Gill,
Here's
are
a-
you ever born and growing up?
Yeah, here's a dirty scenario. The little girl ends up in St. Catherine at Hydel, okay? Her face is already on BB.
Yeah.
Okay? A bus stops at right by the police station. Somebody walks in because he wants or she wants to see the little girl who was raped.
Yes.
Do you know that these things are likely in our little country called Jamaica? And the little girl becomes what? A puppy show.
Because I don't understand, I don't know enough. If a lot of people realize that this girl will never be the same again. Even if she recuperate, this will
No,
live
it
with
won't.
her.
It won't happen. It won't
You know
happen.
what happened to a family of mine, Sergi?
No, tell me.
She saw her grandmother being shot to death
Yes.
and murdered.
Yes.
You know, when that little girl get that look off her face, it's that when she was about 3 years old. And I don't live where she is, but from time to time I see her. And Sergi, up to 16, 17, that look of fright, she grew up with that look of fright will never come off her face.
Yeah.
And it's just when she reached in her 20s, when she started to have youth to herself, she started to look a bit different.
Yeah.
But deep within, you can see that fright is
All right.
there.
Let me help a
She
little.
never recover.
Let me help a little bit. The brain happens to have a section called the limbic zone,
Yes,
all
I
right.
hear about that.
otherwise known as the reptilian brain. Men's own are bigger, which is why it's a myth that women can harbor revenge longer than men. That's a myth. You hear? All right, but let me tell you what happens. When somebody goes through an atrocity, the memory is not stored in the active side of the brain after a certain time. It is stored in the section of the brain from which you can react rather than think. The brain is so designed that it is stored in the limbic zone. Limbic meaning the section that push your limbs.
Yeah.
Right? Like when your friend come tickle your ears and you smack him in the head and then have to tell him sorry. That ever happened to you yet? Yeah? You have some people, them not so smart. Them come round by your side and tickle your ears. And then when you smack them in them face now, or turn and punch them down, them say, "What you do that to me?" And then you tell them sorry. That's limbic reaction. I always say to people, do not come near me and tickle me and do stuff because my hand may come and hit you before my brain will.
I frighten a person.
Right.
You have a person come behind you and I say,
all right.
Your reaction can be deadly there.
All right. Well, that
Can be very deadly.
part, because in fact, I remember a case of a police officer who a lady run the car right down on him. Right? But in fact, the woman said she really didn't see him, but the police reacted by shooting her right between her eyes. She died. This is not in Jamaica, so I don't want anybody to jump up and start to look out for the case. Good. I know Jamaicans are, man, we're very sharp. So I'm just making them know it's not a Jamaican story. When the man was taken to court, right, when he was tried for it, he explained and they measured and everything, right, that he has a very sharp limbic reaction. Right? As far as he was concerned, this was a criminal coming to kill him.
Yeah.
Right? It turned out to be a woman. Right? She was simply not seen properly because somebody spoke to her a little bit. She was able to utter a couple words before. Right? And so we are saying to people, yeah? Stuff are stored in the limbic zone of the brain, otherwise known as the reptilian brain. And it means that this little girl will never ever forget. Yes?
I read the articles in the Sunday paper and the father was talking. And Mr. G, as old as me is, when the father, they interview the father and when the man talk, I wasn't hollering, sir, but I was crying.
Yeah.
Because when the father talk, normally said the journey take him 25 minutes from where he is to the hospital.
Yes.
He have lose all his bumper because he cannot believe he want to go and see for himself. It take him 10 minutes. So if somebody was driving on the road in another manner like he was driving, he would have a next accident.
Yeah.
And what? As he come back to exactly what you're saying. His reaction.
Yeah.
See?
I saw a man jump a 7-foot wall and didn't touch it. You hear me?
And normally he wouldn't have done that.
Normal. Then if we have somebody jumping 7 feet in Jamaica, then Ghana Olympics. No certain medal that.
You know. We have a few problems here, with the people, you know. Sergey, you see over the years, I have always said, I buy the lotto every week. And you know why I buy it?
No, you tell
myself.
me.
And then, you see, a lot of the people you see on the street,
yes,
I made that decision and say, if I should win the lotto, I would approach organization and they would have to sign some papers. Me no want to media there.
Right.
Only the organization would know who give them the money. The media would know.
Right.
And they would have to show me how to spend the money because it's help by help.
Right.
See? So when I see on TV and they must give people and this whole heap of presentation, I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't say people not help, but I hate it. Do it more quietly, no?
I think most people are genuine, yeah? But,
yes.
as I say, the danger is exposure of the victim, forcing the victim to relive the account too many times. Remember that naturally the victim will have to relive the account over and over and over again.
Yes.
Once a commercial issue gets involved, and by commercial we don't mean the people are bad, we just mean that once a commercial entity gets involved, scholarships and all of these things, yes, the child is going to be further exposed because no people can pinpoint where to find the child. right? Her classmates are going to ask her all kinds of questions because I'm telling you, Jamaicans put two and two and make five fast.
But, Fergie, the little girl is sensitive to the situation on her hospital bed. She's telling her mother she don't want to live in Jamaica again.
Right.
That people are going to tease her at school.
I frankly think she should.
Right?
I frankly think that there should be somebody or a group should come together and give her a completely new life, allow her to live in a completely
Yes,
different country.
yes.
That's my position. I think.
Yes, I believe that.
And
I believe that.
in fact, if it were my family, I would relocate everybody.
Yes, I believe that house, if they are still living in that house, it's going to bring back bad memories. So I believe they are going to leave.
No, there's no logic in going back there to live. There's no logic in going back there to
I
live.
appreciate all who trying to help,
Yeah.
but as you would say, do it quietly. And I hope the people who may look the course and not listen and have no reasonability can listen what you are saying and see through it that exactly what you are saying. You are trying to save the little girl, yes, embarrassment anywhere she go.
Yeah.
We need to have little sense.
Yes.
And only when politics come on, we have to jump up and go like we are idiots.
Yes.
We have to use the 5 cents that we have.
All right, my brother. Respect you.
Continue your work here, sir.
Yeah, man. All right. Good. All right, everybody. It's news time. And we're going to just simply take the news. We're going to ask the other persons, as I promised. We're going to take 4 more calls on this matter. And we're going to try and still cover a little bit of the rest of the stuff. Tomorrow, we're going to have Brain Quest and the other stuff, right? And Thursday and so forth. We can't do it today because we're covering too much. All right? But, and text people, keep the text. Oh, mercy. All right, I promise you, we will cover the text. We will try. All right, Suka back. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. All right, gonna have to go to the text line because the text line is a little bit too heavy. Gonna have to lighten it a little bit. This person says, Dr. Herbs, what about a name change for her? Okay, that's an idea. What about a name change for her? That's an idea. All right. I want people to understand, though, that the situation is equally bad. It's just as bad for the other women, you know, but it's just that the little girl, because the society has put so much emphasis on her, then it makes the situation for her more problematic, okay? This person says, I heard a woman this morning saying that they should heat a pot of oil and fry the offending weapon of the rapist. Oosa. All right. Fry? Boy, Jamaican, a little bit too creative still. Tourism good and also bad because since the USA election due, Montego Bay has lower guns and contraband fine. I don't know. I'm not working that one out. When the rich is accused, its poor negotiation is reported. When the rich is accused, it's poor negotiation reported. When the poor is accused, it's off to the jail. He is touted. Ah, our poet is back. When the rich is accused, its poor negotiation is reported. When the poor is accused, it's off to the jail. He is touted. We need to have one interpretation of the law for everyone, and you will see more respect for the life and privacy of every human being. Lots of employees and helpers have been raped by their boss. Oh boy. And it won't be reported for their job. They don't want their jobs will be lost. For on the poor, the rich will pounce, and over 60% of rape is not announced. Wow. Oh boy, I don't know where my poet gets these things from, but he has read awesomely because it is true. Research has shown between 50 and 60% of rapes are not announced, not reported. And so we are in serious trouble. Look at these figures. See these kind of figures coming up in Montego Bay and elsewhere? 66? Guess. Just guess the amount of rape that is in reality. We have major crisis here, and we have to begin to try and sort these things out. All right? All right? Let's take this one. The person says, Herbs, I was a victim. If you will... Herbs, I was a victim, if you will, of carnal abuse. Oh my. I'm so sorry to hear, my dear. Really, really so sorry. Wow. I still live with the fear that people will know who I am from the situation. I can only imagine what the child is going through. Oh my God. All right. Taking in, let me take a few of these texts from outside of Jamaica. All right. Here's another text. I won't call the countries or anything, people. I will not even do that. This person says, Herbs, I am a male and I was raped. Imagine, if you can imagine what a female go through, imagine what I go through. I have no life. Jesus. And I will not say which country this person is texting from. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, this person says, fry the man them weapon like sausage. All right. Hey, it's well and good to help people privately, but I've ever considered us members of society living with disability who only need a start. We are the most vulnerable. See what you can do to assist us. Powerful point, because whether people know it yes or no, the most vulnerable people among us are disabled people. Yeah? Needs to have some major changes. Major, and believe me, it's not just, we do our stuff for individuals, but what is needed most in Jamaica are macro changes. Yeah? Like building ramps, there's so much that needs to be done for people who are disabled. And I do agree, disabled people are the most vulnerable, and they do get, yes, there are atrocities against them. And a lot of them go unpunished and go unnoticed. All right? Oh boy. All right, let's take a few more. A lot of low-skilled female workers are coerced into having sex with bosses and supervising. Isn't that also rape? It is rape. It is rape. If it's against your will, it is rape. We're going to look at these definitions. Yes. We're also going to look at the young men too, because this is the complete picture. We don't run gender agenda here. We give it to you straight. There are loads of young men now who've even said to me that them get the job because the female boss, remember 61% of our top skilled jobs are in the hands of women now. Okay, it don't cut one way. We're going to look at everything this week. Dr. Herb, my girlfriend is a firefighter and she has to be on the road late. I'm worried. As a government entity, I think they have vehicles to pick up and drop off back workers, and they need to do that, my brother. Yeah? If you work for me late, I need to take you home. All right, let's go back to the lines. Hello?
Hello, good day.
Yes, my brother, how you doing?
Not too bad, Mr. Herb.
Yes, man, talk to me. What's up?
Yes, man. Just a couple of quick questions.
Yes.
Tell me something. What exactly is the cause of our inability to have, let's call it, justice meted out to those persons who perform wrongdoings or are in contravention with the law? What is the main cause of that?
The main causes of people not getting justice in Jamaica is a fractured central political authority.
Yeah.
Our police are not equipped to deal with certain things. We are getting better now. We're much better than 10 years ago, but we're nowhere near.
Yeah.
Right? Our parliament does not does not seem to, they seem to have so many other things to do that they sometimes forget that there's tons and tons of things on the books that need to be dropped and things added.
Yeah.
In other words, our frame of law needs to be updated, right? And our judiciary have all kinds of joke involved in it, including people getting raped and getting 8 and 10 years and working a little years, right? Because remember that the judge does have some discretion in sentencing too, right? And we seem to be caught up in the bog of peasantry, so that the person who drives an X6 or an X5, and I don't know why I'm only picking on that because of a particular incident, gets treated in one way, and the persons who drive I could call it skettle, yes? Meaning a little deportee car gets treated another way. I heard a girl describe another girl as a batterfoot. Yes? So if they fall in that category, they are treated differently. Class in Jamaica is far too rigid. British people have come to Jamaica and are shocked at how rigid our class system is.
For a society with majority of it being poor.
Oh boy.
And of a particular.
Oh boy. So my brother, that is why some of us have to stay here and work and scream and carry on like John the Baptist in the wilderness here.
You know why
changes must come. Changes must come, brother.
That question.
Yes.
Ask that question just to quickly get to a point. Right?
Yes.
And that is, maybe we need to stop arresting persons who commit crime. And start arresting or representatives, the ones who are supposed to be in parliament, because it seems as if they are the ones who are really committing the crime by not putting the resources in place to prevent crime from happening.
All right, my brother, all right, stick a little pin. Do you know why corruption charges require such heavy sentences abroad? Not in Jamaica, not in Jamaica. You can't move move a whole beach and only replace with notice. All right? But I'm saying to you, do you know why other countries pay such attention to it? Because if a member of government steals $10 million, that's $10 million of your children's money gone,
Yes.
You understand?
Some months ago,
all right.
So I raised that point to you, and just in closing, that, remember I brought up the whole issue of Singapore and their view on corruption and direct link to the cost of the elections, persons campaigning, etc.
Right.
And I said to you that, my father would normally say, you can't expect nothing more than a grunt from a pig. So if we have a system that is designed to encourage corruption,
yes,
and designed to encourage persons to take away from the state rather than to protect the state resources, we cannot expect this system to produce anything other than allowing even its own citizens to pounce and prey on each other.
Yes. Very accurate.
You can't expect anything else.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if you were the person who said to me that it is cheaper in the long run to actually take money from the coffers to give to people at election time, and so there's no election funding. That it is cheaper in the long run because accountability will actually be there.
Quite so.
I've actually since then thought about it, and I've spoken to a couple of friends of mine from the University of London who said yes, it makes sense.
It makes a whole lot of
interesting,
sense.
Yes.
You cannot quantify how much money is robbed from the system.
Yes.
Right, by allowing the system to remain.
And how many business people buy out the little politician before he even gets some real power.
It is the private sector that controls our democracy.
Yes.
Even in the great United States, it's the private sector that controls the democracy.
Yes, the so-called 1% in the U.S. they are called.
Former prime minister, for whatever sins people claim he has committed, he himself admitted that justice only exists for the rich.
Yes.
The man who relies on the jury to decide his fate, right, is doomed to a guilty verdict, so to speak.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have the financial.
And you know what I'm noticing in Jamaica? We have a brilliant idea now that seems to have been in effect for a very long time, where we wait on the boys until they reach 18 so we can try them like big man. Then commit a little crime when they're a little pitney. Right? I actually heard a judge say to a little boy one time, "You've been coming here from you are a little boy. You are now an adult." Right? I think the time has come for you to go home. Go home.
Yeah.
Go home, because
Like,
I am not going to do what I could have done, which is to try as an adult. I'm going to tell you to go home. You've had enough. I was shocked. The judge actually recognized and said it in court that she had, it was a female judge, she had the ability, to crucify him.
Yeah.
It's in her hands, but she's going to let him go home because he's had enough. He's been coming to court for 5 years, and now he's an adult. And she said, oh God, go home.
All we have done,
Yeah, man.
As much as we have made progress in Jamaica, and I'm very proud here.
Yes.
To be born a Jamaican and live in Jamaica and grow up in Jamaica, I love this country desperately, right?
Yes.
However, it really breaks your heart sometimes, when you really look at our history.
Yes.
And so we're not much further from the Morant Bay Rebellion.
Oh boy.
We're not much further from any one of these atrocities that we have had to go through our history.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the sad thing is that we have not learned our lesson. We have not learned our lesson. We refuse to learn our lesson.
Yeah.
Anytime you design a system that puts pressure on anything, individual or whatever, even if it's a bridge you build, right, and you continue to put pressure on it,
it will break. It will
must
break. It will break.
Must break.
Yes, it will break.
And we are here sitting down waiting
Yes.
on our system to break and fall apart.
Even though the cracks are wide.
Yeah.
Even though the cracks are wide.
Yeah.
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 All right, my brother. Respect to you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Take good care.
Go ahead.
All right. We're going to take a couple more calls. Yeah? Hello?
Brother Gail,
Yes, my brother. How you doing?
good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my brother.
How much percent of our people know about the system that is ruling Jamaica? Can you tell?
What? I have no idea.
Well, I have to take a vote on that.
I have
And
never
how
done.
much-
I have never done any research to say the awareness level of Jamaicans in towards their sense of justice. Yes. Never
Make a
done it.
note of that. How much percent of our people know about the system that is ruling us?
Yes.
And what's the purpose of the system?
Yes.
And what evil does the system breed?
Yes.
And I tell you, the vast amount of our people know about the system and what it breeds. Then immediately they will revolt about the system that is ruling us, that's causing all the problems.
Yeah.
Now,
Don't know if
the
it's
Bible
all.
says
Don't know if
this,
it's
you know,
all.
that's
Because we have to
caused the problem. The
we have to
system
all
caused
take
the problem,
responsibility for ourselves. But it
Yes,
must
because
it must
the
account
arm-
for some. Yes.
See the arm?
Yes.
Which is got to make people, got to make non class of people about top class, middle class, and bottom class,
Yes.
A man divide society and have a class society.
Yes.
And that is why the problem that causes inequality.
Yes.
This class business. All right?
Oh boy.
God give a man to how he can manage this what he's capable of doing.
Yes.
Like you have doctor, nurse, teacher, you have a different type of person.
Yeah.
That's the number one.
Yeah.
Now I want you to take a poll on it and run it and see how much percent of our people know about this system.
Yes.
And how many politicians in here come in here talk about this system that is a dirty system and a corrupt system and the state is bankrupt.
Yeah.
Tell me which one of them here come in here and talk. So none of them won't talk
No. No.
because they know it.
Yeah.
They know it's, I want our people to get some education about the system as ruling us. And when they realize, they say, oh, and this system is a cause the problem.
Yeah.
So all that talk say, because we do this and 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 do that. That's what we are do. Every time we are the system, Brother Gail, which you I believe no. We are in the same problem and it's surmounting every day, sir.
Yeah.
Secondly, the Bible speaks in many places,
Mm-hmm.
place pronouncing the death sentence for the crime of murder,
Mm-hmm.
rape, witchcraft, and homosexuality. Genesis 9, verse 5 and 6. Deuteronomy 22, 25 to 29. Leviticus 20,
Mm-hmm.
verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And Exodus 22, 18.
Yes.
I think they don't want to hang people and just bring the electricity come to Jamaica or the eagle.
All right, my brother.
If
Respect
the
to here.
Bible, if the Bible said that,
Yes. We have to.
anybody going against it against God.
Right.
But God says, who is not with him, against him.
All right, my
And
brother.
work against him, scatter, move away from me.
All right, my brother.
So come on, work with God and the society will be better off.
All right, my brother. And we're going to have to leave it there. Here?
You're
All
going
right.
to leave it there?
Yeah, man. Respect, yeah? All right, my brother. All right. Have to just make a quick point that the Bible itself, the interpretation of the Bible itself can be manipulated, so be careful there, yeah? All right, let's take another call. Hello?
Afternoon, Doctor.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm in India, sir.
Sorry?
I'm in India.
Okay.
Over the weekend, I happened to be listening to, Mr. station them pick up information on.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I was really amazed
Mm-hmm.
to hear that in modern day South Africa,
Yes.
Bush doctor can go over telling you see the miners who got killed.
Yes.
Apparently, some Bush doctor went and tell them that he can give them potion that will make them invisible. No, this is not funny, Doctor. So apparently they take this potion, whatever, whether it's ointment or whatever, and gone now it look maybe that perhaps emboldened them to go taunting policemen and thinking that they could the policemen wouldn't see them.
But hold on though, because I heard somebody with it before, right? But I wondered, is something really got though?
If something really got up.
Yes. Because a brethren of mine was telling me that he saw it somewhere and that is true.
Yes, it's true.
But I'm planning to actually call a South African friend of mine to find out if something really go like
You
that.
can call the BBC.
So,
They were on the spot in interviewing
Seriously?
one of the witch doctor
Yes.
who said who didn't want to acknowledge because he was denying it.
Yes.
But it was even discussed in
So-
the Parliament of South Africa
so
that
the-
yes, that was why so many people got killed.
So the-
Because somehow they buy this potion thinking that it would make them invisible. So they're going to raise hell and gone in front of police now. I end up causing some of them to get dead.
but you know, on a serious note, no, you see how leaders can lead people astray? Eh?
But hold on.
And that is why I always say to people, try have a mind of your own.
Yes,
Because you say the people actually go drink up this portion and
Whatever
think
they
say,
take, whether it's a drink or an ointment, whether rub on them body, I think it maybe something with them more rub on and make them invisible.
so they were invisible and that's why they were running down the police with their machete.
Yeah, right. I'm thinking that the police wouldn't see them. So you know, sometimes when you hear,
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Did the bush doctor rub anything on the machete? They would see the machete coming.
but yeah, make it thing look like. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny because I mean, 40%. I mean, so many of them lose their life.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they was trying to charge them. Maybe that's why they was charging them, you know. Because apparently they must have been one who actually provoked the attack because they thought they were invisible.
But I don't know. This was the second time you're in the invisible story. And I'm gonna have to check it out because it really is funny.
No man, it's true. It has been reported on the BBC.
On the BBC.
And
BBC normally do that good homework.
right, I will.
I trust BBC,
I
yes.
trust their because they're always.
Oh, God,
they
have
have
mercy.
reported always on the spot.
So the
to
man
get
them
information.
get a Robbins.
The man
like
never
a
get
rub up.
Robin.
And I said they're invisible. And therefore now
In 2020,
human beings are vulnerable, you know, my brother.
because people are saying, but I mean, we know that witchcraft is something that practiced by every country.
Every nation have a
But-
form of witchcraft.
But
yes.
but I think if we notice, the white people, they have moved away from practicing witchcraft in our because witchcraft is superstition.
No man, no.
Hold on.
No. Loads and loads of white people practice witchcraft.
Hold on. I am saying the
Yes.
mainstream white people are the white power that be.
Oh,
Remember at one time?
Oh, you mean white states?
Right. Remember
Okay.
at one time, you know. Even the church were so superstitious
Yes.
that when scientists tell them certain things, they would call them
All
they
right.
commit heresy.
So what I'm getting from you is that the more developed a country is the farther away they move from scientific, right? From these superstitious things.
illusionary because most times I mean
I
some of these
understand
things-
what they say. What
some of these things are just what it said. Superstition
Yeah.
and superstition. It's not real.
Yeah.
Right? It's more a belief and a mindset.
My brother.
And the more developed countries
Yes.
over time moved away and moved where in order to develop a state you need science and technology. I don't know
Yes.
of no country that develop on witchcraft.
No, we're gonna have to leave it there though, right? Tomorrow because we're at the end of the program.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize
Yeah,
it.
man. All right.
Yeah, we have to
Respect.
pick it up on this because I believe
Yeah, man. Tomorrow.
we need to look at the continent of Africa. They are almost 1,000 years behind time when it comes to them foolishness.
Yeah, some of these things. Yes. All right. This one says Dr. Herbs, a 23-year-old male, held down and assaulted his 16-year-old female cousin. Jesus. Her mother reported it to the police, and the entire family came down on the mother. She now has fire in her skin as she live on the same compound. Maybe she made the wrong choice. All I am saying to families where that hear that somebody do something, but that person will provide the food. Let me talk to you straight. Yeah? That person will provide the food. We have done research that shows that a lot of people named uncles been raping people in the family, but because them provide the food. And I said to that family, fire! The whole line are going to face the judgment. Nobody, there's no way that food, somebody not too licky and greedy, should allow anybody, yes? Should allow anybody at all to be raping your children. Some of you people need to go to hell. Hold on, there is a town in Florida on your way to Daytona where most people there practice witchcraft. Okay, somebody giving us a bit of stuff from the States. Right? The Caucasians have formalized their witchcraft into religion called Wicca and others. All right? Okay. Herbs, classism, and legacy left behind by the British. It limits us and makes us worthless. All right, I'm trying my best before we shut down. Those rapists should be locked up in a cell with the ghost of Kid Ralph. God. All right, for those of you who don't know who Kid Ralph is, check it out. Would hypothesis, would hypnosis be a good adjuncture therapy for the family of 5, especially a little girl? It has helped in some cases. It has helped in some cases. You haven't replied to my email about visiting. Oh, wow. All right. Okay. We'll check that one. All right, my dear. All right. This person says, if it was Miss... if it was so another person, would be out of a job. Too much crime. This person is saying if it was abroad. All right. Herbs. Okay. This person saying the live streaming is working well now. Big up my technicians. Herbs. I find that the emotional response by our people to vicious acts of crime reflects or mirrors our own consciousness or support for murder. And this one says, Herbs, some acts of rape are reprisals for criminal deals going sour. That we're going to look at this week. Stay tuned. Yeah, I'm going as fast as I can. Herbs, blah, 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 blah. All right, take this one, the last one. Hail Herbs, so much have been said and so little have been done. They're still killing the people all over the place. Gonna leave it there. It's the best we could do. Yeah? Half the texts are not touched, but I'm gonna try. Alright? We're gonna say welcome to the Burgerman. He's here in yellow shirt today. have to report on your shirt. Take care of yourselves, everybody. We're back tomorrow. We're looking at the sad reality of rape in Jamaica. We're bringing to you the material that is necessary for you to be able to walk good and have information so you can friend the tiger. But have your acts ready. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody out there, just checking to make sure that, you're out there and you're okay. All right, it's Tuesday. It's, of course, a brand new week for us here at The Complete Picture, all right? Of course, your week started yesterday, but of course, we are here Tuesday to Friday. We're not here on a Monday. So Tuesday's our brand new week, all right? You have to work it out today. Right. Somebody text me one day to say, Herbs, I wish my work week was Tuesday to Friday. You can do it, just won't get paid for Monday. But we're here, and we have a lot to discuss this week. This week we have an interesting and a very depressing topic. It's interesting, but it is depressing. But we are going to actually try and see if we can make it less depressing for you. But I promise you, we had no choice. We had no choice after sitting down and watching the society relate to the issue of rape and the amount of emotionalism and so forth. We decided that, we meaning my team decided that, look, we have to educate the population. We have to provide you with information on rape. The degree of ignorance in Jamaica really did turn up last week. Yeah, just listening to people, right? I mean, yeah, everybody knows I went to Sam Sharp Teachers College. Yeah, I had friends living in Irvine. Yeah, I feel it in personally. But after you're through, after the moments of mourning and remorse and just sadness and so forth, part of you called the brain need to chip in. And that's the part that I'm going to operate from now. Yeah, the emotions won't go. If your emotions go completely, you become what is called numb. And people who are numb, yeah, facilitate the continuation of atrocities. Okay? Numbness is a major crisis, and we're going to look at a little bit of numbness this week also. But this week, we're going to be looking at rape. The atrocity called rape. And please bear in mind, it is an atrocity. Rape is an atrocity against the human species. It's not against women. Ah, yes. It's women who feel it directly and primarily, but people who rape go against the entire species. Okay? And that is why rapes cannot and should not be treated lightly in any society. Nobody should rape anybody, and there's conclusive evidence, and you get no 8 and 10 and 5 year. It don't matter who on earth you are. You must be treated harshly. Yeah, Herbert Samuel Gale says so. You should be treated harshly because your crime is not just against the person you rape, whether it's a boy or a girl, a male or a female. It is against, if you rape a female, it is against the species. And that is why WHO has struggled so much to define rape. But we're going to also give you the definitions of rape and why when a male is raped or a female is raped, yeah, they're two separate things. If you rape a female, you are actually aggressing against the species itself. Yeah? We're going to look at all of that this week. Today is Wampum Day, in which we go through everything that's been happening. Keep you up to speed. Tomorrow, that's Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, we'll be looking at the sad reality of rape. And we're going to literally educate you. Loads of stuff that people say about rape have nothing at all to do with reality. And what is fascinating, every time there's a rape, there's a I hate men syndrome. I hate men syndrome. I see it all the time. Right? And most I hate men syndrome after a raping incident tells that there is that emotions turn up and ignorance turn up. And you know the chance to use your brain just slipped you by. Yeah? We're gonna look at these things this week. Right? And we're gonna also look at why it is that once there is a rape situation, there's a sentiment of I hate men by both males and females. And in fact, men can hate men even more than women hate men. Don't trust me. Don't even try argue it out and crack your brain cells over it. Yeah? When there's a rape, trust me, men are impacted in a way in which you'll never believe. First of all, there's shame for all the men. Yeah? The men are embarrassed for all men. Yeah? The men separate themselves and call the rapists monsters. Yeah? So we're going to look at some of the critical questions this week. Can a so-called good man, oh, I forget, there are 3 different kinds of men. There are good man, real man, and man. And man is supposed to be the horrible animal, and the others are supposed to be good. No such thing, though. Not in reality. It's just precisely why you don't have anything called a real woman. Nobody talk about. You know what a real woman does? What a real, And you're a real woman and whatever. No, sir. From she have shape, she look good. She a woman. Even if she bad, what we call bad is a bad woman with whatever. But nobody chose the word real on a woman. Yeah, men have those kinds of attachments. Real man, big man, that kind of man. Boy, by the time I done all done men. Herbs, behave yourself. The amount of man them, it must turn plural at some point. Boy, be careful what you say. This is radio. But you understand what I'm saying, yeah? So this week, our aim is to educate the masses. So call your mama, sister, pitney, cousin, baby, son. You know them. You know them. You know all of them. Your mama, papa, sister, baby, cousin, son. Call everybody because this is where it's at. Yeah, 12:30 to 2:30, right? Tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, we'll be focusing on this very singular problem, trying to make sure we can get you up to speed as best as possible. My entire team out there right now doing the research for you so that you can get it to work with. Yeah? So that you don't walk around and every time there's a rape, you treat the rape in isolation of the larger picture of society and miss the picture. Yeah? This is something that we've been observing literally all our lives. But I think this week, I mean, over the last week to now, is when I see the ignorance turn up bad. The ignorance hit the dumbbell. Bang! 10 out of 10. Some of the stuff I heard from people about rape told us, forced us to have a week of this very depressing topic. People like myself, I've worked with rape victims. I've been very close to persons who've been raped, including males, both males and females. I have a working idea of the pain people go through. Do not ask me. I cannot fully, and I will never ever show off and tell you that I think I know and blah, blah, blah. I have never been raped. Yeah? So I cannot fully put myself in the place of anybody who's been raped. But I've been around them. I've watched them attempt to repair. I've watched them fall back after you think they've been repaired. And they tell me straight to the face, if you were raped, you would know what I'm going through. Yeah? I've had people sit down and they explain to me what it feels like. I still don't know. And I don't want to know. Yeah? Because what I see these people go through, I've seen rape victims attempt to take their lives. Right? I've been next door and here struggling, and when I go around there, it's a rape victim trying to jump off. Yes? The chair wouldn't go. And you're able to save the life. Yeah? I know what it's like in that sense. As in kinda know, as in little know. You know the word little know? You know, some people little know and some people big know. I don't big know. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide you with the material. My research team will be inside here with me. Greg, Kamir, Michael, the whole anthropology crew will be in here trying to get you up to speed with what it's like. We're going to look at the gender side. We're going to look at the psychological side. And I'm going to let the young people take you through this, yeah? I'm going to bring in all the big experts, yeah? Because the big experts have written and we can read it. It's easy. It's easy. So there you're making this big fuss. I need to have the expert in the studio. No, you can't have the expert's book. That's why they come to UE. Right? So we're gonna bring you up to speed what's happening with this thing. And I'm sorry that we're gonna have to depress you with it. But the point of the matter is, honestly, when I look at what people did in the last week, tells me a whole lot that we don't fully understand what these things mean. Yeah? Some persons have called me. I got calls from a friend at Harvard. I I got calls from London University. I got calls from my friends at BBC. And people wanted to know, Herbs, why the rape, why all them things are going on in your society, and so forth. I've had to be answering questions left, right, and center. We're going to try and answer some of those on radio for you, because guess what? Makes no sense I tell everybody and explain and educate people abroad and leave my own people ignorant. That's why we have the complete picture, yeah? And so we're going to spend some time this week, and we're going to look at what really happened in Irwin. We're not going to go into the details of the people in business. Believe me, I'm not police. Yeah, and on my job that. My job is to educate as a scholar, as an anthropologist of social violence, is to explain to you why atrocities against women, why the rules of war say no women. So why do warriors then turn around and hurt women? We're going to look at these things and what does rape mean in war, yeah? Because we're going to look at two sets of rapes. We're going to look at and two sets of abuse against women. We're going to look at the ones that are personal or interpersonal, if you prefer, and the ones which are war-related. War. And by war, we are talking about civil war as well as military war. We're going to take the break. When we come back, yeah, we're going to look at our warm session. And remember, call everybody. Pull the lame, the lazy, the everybody, yes, to listen to the program for the rest of the week. Because we're going to try. We're going to do our very best to give it a complete picture on this very sensitive issue of rape and why it is done. The why. That's why anthropology was designed, to answer the why. Yeah? That's it. Soon come back.
News Talk 93 FM. Heard everywhere.
Fresh Start, the morning program that ushers a new day. Join hosts Clyde Williams and Sharon Hay Webster as they explore with thought leaders and you, the thinking person, the issues affecting your life and development in our region. Fresh Start, 6 to 9 a.m. weekdays here on News Talk 93 FM from the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies.
This is News Talk 93 FM, broadcasting from the University of the West Indies, Mona campus.
Are you a real sports fan?
Yeah, man, I'm always there at Sabina Park. I'm always in the stands.
Are you a real sports fan?
Oh, yes, man, when you see him both around, how are you there? When Gila lick six for there. When Reggae Boys are playing at National Stadium, I'm there too. I'm always in the stands.
In the stands, the place for real sports fans.
Monday to Thursday, 7:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on News Talk 93 FM. Heard everywhere.
News Talk 93 FM. Heard everywhere.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Let me begin by saying congratulations to the West Indies. Yes. For those persons who don't know, Gayle hit the first ball in that so-called super over yesterday. Gayle hit 7 runs. How can you do that? Gayle hit 7 runs. First ball was a 6, and the man stepped over the line. That was 7 runs. 1 lick, 7 runs. I'm kidding. Technically, that is not what happened. Gayle hit a 6, plus there's a 1. Gayle can't hit a 7, all right? Let me not miss. Let me not lead anybody astray, all right? Gayle hit the 6, and the man's stupidity account for the extra 1, all right? Next thing here, you know, so Dr. Gayle said, you can't hit 7 over 1 ball. And somebody then called me and said, why are you misguiding people? All right, but yeah. So the West Indies is gone to the semi-finals of So that's the very first thing we have to report to you today. West Indies is gone into the semifinals with, I think they are more or less likely to play Australia, right? Matches are being played today. Don't really know who won that last match, but I figure I'm going to make the assumption that it would be the West Indies will be playing more or less Australia. That's my guess, right? I could be wrong. I don't know. As I tell you, I don't know what happened in the last matches. Those matches were played today. They should be finished by now, right? I don't know. But I'm going to make an assumption that it's going to be West Indies versus Australia. And Sri Lanka would be playing India. That's my guess, you know. I don't know. I don't know what came out of these things. Right? I'll probably you could check online for me and see what's the lineup. I will probably be able to tell you precisely what's happening. But of course, we are talking about the World 2020, and I just think since the West Indies has the best 2020 bully, he's called a bully. You know a big bully? You ever see Christopher Gale going out with his bat? You ever see what the bat look like? You ever look at the thickness of the bat? You ever watching the news, sport news, and see them zoning to show you the size of the thickness of the bat? The bat is so big, if he's hit you with it, even on your foot, you are going to be hospitalized. The man is huge, 6'5" and muscular, swinging a ball, yeah? But you know what's interesting though? Christopher Gale does not have the biggest six in this tournament yet. We're still waiting on him to hit one out of the stadium, just for the fun of it. You know, like, and then umpire kind of find a new ball, sir. I'm sorry, my apology. Yeah. But, you know, there's a little chap on the West Indies side, and people have been complaining that because he's just coming, that it has become a factor. And I don't know if people are recognizing, his name is Johnson Charles. And the discussion is that somebody has to show Johnson Charles how to bat with Christopher Gale. Because if Johnson Charles is trying to shut down every ball, and he's not running to put back Gale on strike or batting to put Gale back on strike, right, the West Indies will not win. It's as simple as that. And I think I've heard sports people recognizing this. Johnson Charles can bat. He's our newest discovery. He's mega good. But good is not good enough. If Gale and Johnson Charles are going to go out there and bat in the semifinals and finals, I put it to you, Charles is going to have to learn. Somebody's going to have to sit down and say to him, right, keep Gale on the strike as much as possible. In the matches that they've played together, it is very, very simple. This young man gets twice more balls than Gale. A, because this is how the bowlers want it. But B, because this little young man is on the up and he wants to prove himself. If he proves himself, the West Indies will lose and lose miserably. That's simply my analysis. And for those persons who've noticed, good for you. If you haven't noticed, then, you know, good for you too. But I am certain when I look at the situation, strike rate, everything, it takes him a long time to settle down and so forth. The West Indies will lose. All of these matches have been very close. Yes? And it puts Gale under undue pressure when this young man faces 25, 30 balls and Gale don't face 10 balls yet. Right? So he's helping the opponent, right, by capitalizing and trying to get all the balls. This is just my observation, but I've noticed that other persons, commentators, a couple commentators have picked up on it and said he needs to put Gale on the strike more, even though he wants to prove himself. It needs to be a team effort. So we're hoping that somebody talks to him, because once he stays there and make over 50 runs, yeah, with a strike rate of, say, about 100, the West Indies will lose. In order for the West Indies to win a match against a team like Australia or Sri Lanka, if they get the chance to go on to the finals, Gale must face at least 30 balls. Simple. If he faces 30 balls, he's likely to make over 50. Right? I'm saying at least for the West Indies to have any form of a chance. If you're going to play a situation where Johnson Charles stays there and is facing 30-odd balls when Gale only get between 10 and 15, the West Indies will not just lose, they will lose handsomely. Has to be a situation which is the other way around. Gale must be facing twice more balls than Johnson Charles for us to do well. All right? Yes, we already respect you, young man. We already respect you. We already know you're going to be dangerous. And we already accept that you're a good player. But you have to play team play. And don't let the opponents use you to reduce the strike rate and the run rate. And I think that is what is being done. West Indies can always make higher scores, but Johnson Charles has to be made to understand that his role is to support Gale. You have to have the best hitter of the ball in the entire world hitting the ball as many times as possible in order to maximize your score. That's common sense. I was really flabbergasted when I watched Johnson Charles batting. He made 80-odd runs in one game, and he just stayed there and bat and bat and bat. And he faced the lion's share of the ball. In another case, Gale got desperate, reaching out for balls and so forth. You don't want to have Gale desperate. You want him to be fed as a fat cat and be hitting as best as possible, and your job is to support him. Yeah? If both of you can stay there and stay there right through the innings, the West Indies will win handsomely, because Johnson Charles, when he gets started, is a dangerous little fellow. But that has to be addressed. Somebody has to pass on to the captain or to the selectors or to somebody to say that Johnson Charles is not playing the correct role, and that will definitely push the West Indies to losing. All right, so we're there in the Super 8, not Super 8, in the semifinals, and we also want to big up Narain. Yes, man, Sunil Narain, one of our new sensation. Yeah, he says I had to pull one out the bag. Yeah, he's done well. 3 wickets from anybody who takes 3 wickets in at this level in a 2020 World Cup is a dead little force, and you have to watch him. Sri Lanka also has a little teenager there, right? Or a little young man there that we also have to watch. Very dangerous. But good setup, and those persons who love cricket should be having fun. I have a sneaky feeling the West Indies can take their time and walk past whoever they are playing in this match coming up. And that should be quite interesting. Yeah? All right, so that's my position on the West Indies matter. And we want to thank once again, the West Indies Cricket Board for allowing us to have a game. Yeah? All right? I want to thank the people who have stepped down, and we want to thank the people who have given them jobs so they can step down. Yeah? And give us a chance to breathe and to have a West Indies cricket. Right? And that's just how I see it. I'm not beating around no bush. Right? We are happy. We are happy for changes. Any change at all in the West Indies Cricket Board, I can't see how it's going to be bad at this point. Not when we've been through so much with these people. Yeah? We've been so tolerant. I was actually impressed that we had such patience in us, waiting on the West Indies Cricket Board to give us a break, yeah, so we can have our style. For years, the West Indies Cricket Board behaved as if they were the ones who were coming out there to bat, and that we should pay attention to them. Look at me, posse, yeah. They behave like they look at me, posse, as if they were the ones who were important. We're kind of happy West Indies cricket is coming back together, and we're hoping that it does well. Yeah? So, rally around the team, people. And we want to say to people, we want to remind people, right? We want to remind people. Okay, here it is. Whoa! Pakistan is the one that's gone through. So, it is Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, and Australia. Right, see, my guess was that it would have been Australia. Australia versus the West Indies. Interesting. So we can begin to wrap our heads around, beating up Australia. Not an easy side to beat. I actually don't like to play them. Yeah, but as I say, I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it. We're going to simply we're going to send the two men out there. Right. The other option is to send the two Jamaicans out. And I'm serious. I don't mean it in any way. My friends in the Eastern Caribbean, I don't mean it in any way. All right? But the other option, if Johnson Clark can't get into the zone of supporting Gale, we're going to send Marlon Samuels out, who is actually a better batsman. Yeah? And who understands, who has the maturity to really work with Gale. I'm telling you, it's a problem. It's a problem, and I saw it on the face of Gale getting fed up, watching this young man, and I'm going to use a Jamaican term, shot down the balls, and watching the other guys, the opponents, manipulate his young spirit and feeding him with the balls. Yeah? Okay? The way forward is to maximize Gale's power. Yeah? Once he does that, Australia, bye-bye. We're going to finals. All right? And we have to bowl and feel good. Yeah, we have to do everything good. Can't drop no catch. You're playing Australia, and this is semi-finals time. All right, congrats, guys, and people rally around them. Soon come back.